As you're no doubt aware, a lot happens on Capitol Hill as Congress works on a variety of issues. We sent Cattleman to Cattleman reporter Kate Maher to the Hill to talk with those directly involved in the decision-making process. Kate?
Thanks, Kevin. We're here today with Congressman Doug LaMalfa from Northern California. Congressman, thank you for taking some time out of your day to visit with us.
Happy to.
Thank you. So there's a little concern in rural America that we don't have a farm bill yet. What's the outlook on getting a farm bill done in this Congress?
Well, as you know, each house passed a version of it. It's in the conference committee here. I'm really hoping and pushing we can get this cranked out in the next 6 weeks so we don't have the delay of going into new Congress and having to start, well, maybe not quite from scratch, but certainly start a new process all over again. You're going to have the Congress have a different makeup with many new members in the House and some new senators as well. So let's just get the job done. And so I've been urging my constituents at home, here's something you can do. Call your senators and urge that they pass whatever comes from the committee, but hopefully the House, closer to the House version that has important elements in it that are key to our district, for example, such as some of the forestry pieces that are in there. It came from a bill my colleague has that I'm co-sponsoring as well. Forestry is very important, obviously, because right now my district is burning down. We've lost the town of Paradise. We had the car fire in my district about 4 months ago in Reading. So, you know, the remedy for this excess fuel is fuel management. And that's where your members and our constituents can come in too. Grazing is a very important fire management tool as well as the economic plus it is for our industry here and for our constituents. So, and you know, it's funny because I see recent articles that say like grazing being experimented with as a fire tool. Like, well, really? Wow, 2018, you're figuring that out? We've been telling you this whole time. Your whole industry can recognize that. You can see pictures on Facebook and others where there's been a fire, burns right up to the fence line where people are grazing that, and the fire stops. Shazam.
Yeah, obviously very important. Another important provision in the Farm Bill is the foot and mouth disease vaccine bank provision. Can you talk a little bit about the importance of including that in the Farm Bill?
Well, again, right now we have an opportunity with the Farm Bill to be on time. The disease prevention in the industry is extremely important, and so keeping it in the Farm Bill will be one of the many priorities we have in it, and it's been done in the past. There's no reason this should be a difficult climb right now.
Great. California is a state that sends a lot of cattle to the Midwest. The electronic logging device and hours of service for livestock haulers has got to be a concern for California producers. Can you talk a little bit about where we stand on that issue?
We've worked for a long time to get more flexibility for truckers and the hours, and we get that it's important to prevent too much fatigue for the drivers, but we need to have the flexibility, especially when you're dealing with livestock, that the amount of on-duty hours and driving hours, that it be flexible enough for them to get to a particular station on time with the livestock. So it's a deal where we're trying hard, and I don't know, it's kind of a thing where it's so political. It's so tied to certain interests instead of just the common sense that we need. We see that in California, where we fought through with these regulations as a state legislator, it's been so frustrating to say, why don't you allow the truckers and the people that they work for to set their own flexibility on hours within reasonable limits for fatigue and safety and such. But flexibility is something that's needed much more, and I think some of the interests in trucking will say, no, it's got to be very regimented, and that's dangerous to the livestock because they need to get to the next possible station there where they can be unloaded and watered and all the proper things that are needed to have a successful and safe transport of this valuable commodity.
You mentioned the devastating wildfires, and our thoughts and prayers are certainly with all those affected. It's just the loss of land and life and livestock is horrible. For those that are affected by the wildfires, are there resources available to them to help as they deal with the aftermath? And our viewers who may want to help those affected, are there places that they can go?
Yeah, thank you. Certainly the White House has been very cooperative with coming forward with the disaster declarations for getting FEMA resources moving. And so we had the major declaration was done within about 24 hours of the governor's ask here the other day for the one in Paradise. Again, we've had that, we had the car fire, we had the HERS fire, we had the Delta fire, we had the ranch fire. I mean, California is a tinderbox, and the western states are. And so fuel management needs to be the long-term goal on this, true aggressive fuel management. But indeed, the White House has responded, and so many people are responding too with sending donations. I think at this point, they're overwhelmed with physical items, so now it's coming down to monetary help allows those that are running the shelters and operating the emergency systems there. Dollars are the most convertible thing to what they exactly need at the time for, you know, whatever there might be a shortage of at that point. Because we're talking 30,000 people have been displaced or so. So, you know, government has responded, but more importantly, the people of Northern California and the U.S. have responded with their prayers and with their offerings of donations and such to help people recover. So it's pretty amazing. But, you know, longer term, we have to do our job and set policy that helps with fuel management, whether it's forestry itself or grasslands or brush or all these things that make it a tinderbox. We need much more in buffer zones and fire breaks and wise forest management that actually makes the forest healthier. Overcrowded forests create their own droughts, and the cattlemen, cattlewomen, the industry is a very important tool to help with that, with its grazing, with the ability to manage these fuels. It's a big plus. I don't know why that isn't embraced. Why is it a novel concept in the year 2018? Like, oh, we should get more grazing in and experiment with that. Like, I don't get it around here sometimes, but we'll keep going forward and push the novel concept. So.
Yeah, anything to help prevent a loss like that in the future. And I know our viewers join me in offering prayers and support to all those affected.
Thank you. And so I appreciate their patience too, because this ELD thing, as we were talking about, is not a one-size-fits-all. The larger companies can do it, but, you know, mom and pop truckers, you know, individuals, they don't need this mandate. And with the uniqueness of livestock hauling, we're going to keep fighting on that. So, you know, we're here trying to accomplish flexibility in these mandates.
Yeah. Well, you have a task ahead of you, but we certainly appreciate the support that you've given the beef industry over the years, and we appreciate your time today, Congressman.
Well, I appreciate them too, and appreciate their support, and I appreciate being able to go to cattlemen's dinners and have the beef option instead of just rubber chicken or something. So
beef is definitely better.
It's what's for dinner.
Yes, thank you again,
Okay,
Congressman.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Kevin, we'll send it back to you.